out there, everyone. Cassandra Monkey, continuing with Time Only Blows. Oh, and if you just joined, you're welcome. Glad you made it here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And always remember that the most important character in the story is you, the reader. Well, let's get it up. Here's your banana AU latte. The black-haired girl got it for you. Hey, Jack Ellis, are you listening? There's the banana AU latte you wanted. Sorry, I was just reading these emails. The one I just got is really bugging me. The girl with the pigtails is Crunchyroll Satomi. Send the other two home. Well, what do you think? Is Pigtail Girl Crunchyroll Satomi? No, I know that I can't just take this message from an unknown sender at face value. And I still haven't reached a decision regarding which of the three Crunchyrolls is the real one. I tried to talk to all of them one-on-one, but each of them seemed like she could be my girlfriend in some ways and not in others. We still don't know why I tried to kill myself either. I guess I'm talking to them was a waste of time. You talked to each of the Crunchyrolls for about 20 minutes. That's not really surprising. But it was a nice time killer, right? I mean, I enjoyed it. And it brought one on more of those mysterious emails as you went. At any rate, it's clear that the sender does have some fixations on Pigtail Girl. It does seem obvious that all of these emails crawl the girl with the pigtails index. Don't let anyone into the room but the girl with the pigtails. And the girl with the pigtails is Crunchyroll Satomi. The girl with the pigtails must have some kind of special meaning to the sender, or maybe... it's no use. No matter how hard I think about it, I can't figure out what the sender is after. True, I do think the sender is one of the three Crunchyrolls out in the hallway, in the waiting room, but butts are for kissing! More importantly, Jack Atlas, it's almost time. Almost time for what? Before long, the memory restorative medicine you took will begin to take effect. As I explained, the medicine will bring back your memories you lost over the course of several hours. You took it at precisely 8 p.m. You'll have 50% recovered in 1 hour. Later, 95% at 10, and 100% after 3 hours at 11 p.m. It's now 9 o'clock, which means 50% of your memories should return. I don't feel like my memory is about to come back. Don't get impatient. According to the medicine's instructions, before memory recovery happens, you will experience symptoms similar to nasal flush. So when they're on their way back, you'll know pretty quickly. What's nasal flush? It's a set of symptoms that arise when you ingest a large quantity of nasal or vitamin B3. I guess it's more of a side effect rather than symptoms. Your whole body will experience burning sensation as well as some itching. It's not painful at all, so you don't need to brace yourself that much. My body isn't hot. I'm not itching anywhere. If anything, I guess my throat's a little dry. Here, drink some water, then taking extra fluids won't hurt you. So I'm about to recover 50% of my memories. I wonder what those 50% will be. Maybe I'll remember who the real Crunchyroll Satomi is. There's no knowing that much. And patients experiencing generalized amnesia or discaptivated figure, in other words, patients with memory loss, the order in which they recover their memories seem to differ from case to case. Okay, so there's no telling what memory will come back in what order. There are 3 girls calling themselves Crunchyroll Satomi, and these strange emails from unknown senders showing up periodically. I'm in the midst of a completely bewildering situation right now. But soon I should be able to remember all these important... Itchy, 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 itchy. Oh, it's starting. Itchy, itchy. Everywhere my body is itchy. What's going on? Itchy, itchy. Ha ha. Burning. My whole body is burning up. This is hilarious. No, don't laugh. I thought you said the itching and heat was only going to be minor. Itchy, burning! You look like an octopus in boiling water right now. Hey, mind if I take a video and post it? Shocking, a strange commentary. Dancer has apparently in the middle of the hospital. They're uploaded. My head is floaty. Hey, are you okay? Your whole body is spasming. Dr. Kiko, you're twisting around. What? My whole field of vision is warping. Hey, Jack Atlas, get a hold of yourself. Jack Atlas, answer me. Jack Atlas! Seriously, are you okay? You're pouring sweat. I'm gonna go get a towel. Stay right here where you are. Whoa, wait, please, Dr. Kiko. I remember now. The medicine is amazing. I really do have some of my memories back now. That's great. So, do you remember which one's the real Crunchyroll Satomi? No, I don't. I still don't know which of those is my real girlfriend. But right now, I don't really care. There's something more important than that now. More important than the true identity of Crunchyroll Satomi? Well, what is it? Please try to stay calm when I tell you this. I never tried to kill myself. What? I'm saying I never tried to kill myself with a charcoal briquette. The suicide attempt was a wrong assumption. Then why? I was drugged to fall asleep and then put into a tent with a burning briquette. When I woke up, I tried to escape, but my body wouldn't move. Then I passed out, and when I came to, I was here. It wasn't an attempted suicide. It was an attempted murder. I was going to be murdered and made it look like I killed myself. I just got lucky because someone found me. You aren't joking, are you? I would never joke about something like this. I remember it clearly now. I was almost killed. And I know who the murderer was and where they are right now. Where is the person who tried to kill you? She's out In the hallway. Huh? The one who tried to kill me is one of the 3 crunchy rolls. How do you feel? Calmer now? Yeah, I finally stopped sweating. Regaining your memory must have exhausted you. Make sure you keep drinking water. I was almost killed. Why wouldn't I remember something like that important? That's just how amnesia works. Don't blame yourself. Still, you were a victim of a murder attempt rather than a suicide attempt. And the culprit is one of the 3 crunchy rolls? Yes, that's right. To be totally honest, I'm having a harder time just believing that is so sudden. I could understand that, but it's true. I remember it all clearly. For now, why don't we try to get all of the info in order? Will you tell me everything just as you remembered? There's plenty of time, so don't rush. Alright. First, just so you know, this is important, so make sure you take it down in red and underline it. Don't steal my line. Okay, sans the skeleton. I'm not going to lie about my recovered memories. I'm going to tell you everything just as it happened. In other words, these memories are true. Did you write it down in red? Don't forget to underline. Yes, okay, I wrote it down. Just tell me already. Let's see where to begin. Go in number order. Alright, I think I'd like to start by talking about the situation when the murder attempt happened. I'll go chronology like a flashback. It was about 5 p.m. today, so 4 hours ago. I left work about 4:30 p.m. and hurried home. I just wanted to play video games. As I left the office, the rain that had been going on since noon had just stopped. I remember the gorgeous sunset over the city. Wait, you left at 4:30? That's pretty early. Yeah, today's Wednesday, right? I get off earlier on Wednesdays. Normally I work until 10 p.m. Gotcha, keep going. I think I got back to my apartment building a little before 5. When I got home, the first thing I did was take a shower. After I left the bathroom, I got a Coca-Cola out of the fridge, grabbed a bag of potato chips, went into the living room, and ate it! For the next 10 minutes or so, I was sitting on the couch, drinking my cola, eating my potato chips, and playing my video games. Then, all of a sudden, this intense drowsiness overcame me. I never felt this kind of drowsiness before. I couldn't fight it off. Now that I think about it, they probably drugged my cola like a sleeping pill kind of thing. Okay, keep going. I paused the game and stood up, moving around, anything to keep myself awake. But I wound up sitting back down on the couch and drooping off. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the floor. I was sprawled out right next to the couch, facing the wall. It was completely dark out at that point. The room was pitch black, but out of the corner of my eye, I see the wall clock on the corner of the wall. It was 5:40. So I've been passed out for about half an hour. Why was I on the floor? I tried to sit up since it seemed ridiculous that I could have tossed and turned that much. But I couldn't even move my arm or speak, let alone stand. At that moment I heard something behind me. It was sort of a shh, shh sound, like a windbreaker rubbing against itself. I imagine it was the sound of the culprit setting up the tent. Yes, exactly. To be honest, I was pretty spooked. My body wouldn't even move. There was someone behind me, that weird shh, shh sound. After the sound stopped, I heard a clunking sound and then something that sounded like a match being struck. So the sound of the briquette being set up and lit, and then whoever was behind me suddenly grabbed me with both hands. And then they dragged me into the tent. They laid me right down next to the burning briquette and then shut the tent and left the apartment. And the last thing I heard was the sound of the front door being locked. Being locked? Huh? A few minutes later, I was passed out either from lack of oxygen or from carbon dioxide poisoning. And the next thing I knew, I was here in the hospital. I got here a little after 6 p.m., right? Alright, I've got a pretty good picture of the situation at the time. By the way, did you see the culprit's face? I don't know. All the memories I've got back are fragments. I'm sure they were trying to kill me, and I have a rough recollection of the flows of events as they occurred at my apartment. But the details are still a little hazy. I can't remember. Part of me feels like I did see their face, and part of me feels like I didn't. Do you remember their build was, or what their voice sounded like? No, unfortunately not. Anyways, I think I'll move on to the next point now. There are more things I remember. I remembered some information about myself, so I'll talk about that now. Please do. My occupation is as a private tutor. I work in a tutoring agency here in town. I have a girlfriend. Her name is Crunchyroll Satomi. I know that. My favorite food is hamburgers with loads and loads of pickles. My hobbies are hunting and for bargains and internet auctions. I don't care. My special talent is being able to touch my nose and chin with the tip end of my tongue. Well, watch. My favorite actress is Karen Momoshi. I don't want to know that. Why are you being so blunt? Because the more I hear about you, the more bored I get. To put it nicely, you're an ordinary young man without much personality. To put it less nicely, you're boring and mediocre. Those are both mean. Why can't you show a little more interest in your patients? No, it's just that you yourself are boring. Everything that's going on around you is extremely interesting. You have amnesia. You got 3 self-proclaimed girlfriends showing up. Someone tried to kill you. God, what the hell is... Well, you're right. I don't want to admit it, but yeah, I'm an ordinary dude, practically an NPC. Anyways, I think I'll move on to the next point now. There are more things I remember. So, I just said it. One of the Crunchyrolls who did it, I'm going to talk about my basis for that. It was their smell. Their smell? Yes, one of the person who tried to kill me had a unique smell. And one of the 3 Crunchyrolls smelled the same. Isn't that a little weak as a basis? Well, yes, I can see how, from an outside perspective, it may not seem like a conclusive evidence, but I'm sure it's a bit. One of the Crunchyrolls had the exact same smell as the culprit. Could you tell me what it smelled like, more specifically? It's hard to describe, but it's an extremely distinctive smell. It was very clean and refreshing, almost cool. It must have been some kind of perfume. So, if you meet the Crunchyrolls again and check how they smelled, you would be able to pinpoint the culprit? Yes, I could. I believe I could. I have another basis. The culprit was about to lock and unlock my door, apparently, my apartment freely. In other words, they had a spare key. I may not have memories of Crunchyroll face or voice back then yet, but I do remember the only person I ever gave a spare key to was my girlfriend, Crunchyroll. That one my spare key was the one is my only spare key. They aren't any others. Do you understand what I'm getting at? The only one who could have entered my apartment and was a real Crunchyroll Satomi. Which means that one of the three waiting in the hallway is a real Crunchyroll Satomi. It is my girlfriend. The one who tried to kill me! So your girlfriend is the culprit. Still, at this point all we have is circumstantial evidence. It's unclear whether they actually used a spare key, and I really don't believe having the same smell as the culprit, as the killer, is conclusive evidence. It's too early to decide that your girlfriend is the one who tried to kill you. You're probably right. I guess I've talked to everyone about everything I remember. Still, I don't remember the culprit's motive. I don't have any idea why someone would try to kill me. Are you serious? You can't come up with any reason that your girlfriend would kill you? Yeah, maybe once all my memories are back, I know for sure why I was almost killed. Somehow, I could image what the culprit's motive might have been. Huh? Seriously? Tell me! Why would my own girlfriend try to kill me? No, forget it. As I said, I can only imagine it. That doesn't mean I feel any certainty about it. Ask her. Pennies! Don't say that, please, just tell me. Supposing the culprit is my girlfriend, Crunchyroll Satomi, what do you think her motive was? I don't care if you don't have any basis for it. I just want to know your thoughts. It might just be because I don't remember yet, but I don't have any clue about the motive. Why would my girlfriend try to kill me? Alright, I'll tell you what I think identically. Huh? Crunchyroll Satomi tried to kill you because you cheated on her. Pennies! That's what I think. No, I don't cheat. I don't have any memory of doing that. It could be you just haven't remembered yet. I'm nothing but faithful and devoted when it comes to women and romance. I would never ever cheat. Oh, faithful and devoted when it comes to women, you say? Well, what do you? Let's roll a few flashbacks. Hee, it's alright, Jack Alice. You can look at me all you like. Alright, I guess I'll help myself then. Man, though you're seriously gorgeous, it's even more obvious now that I'm seeing you up close. That slightly tense skin, just like you would expect a cheerleader to have, it's beautiful. That gentle curve in your eyebrows and the slope of your eyes Are you so soothing? And there's something indescribable motherly about your soft smile. Pardon me? What are you gawking at? Oh, I was just thinking about how cute her walk is. Both hands tightly clenched, trotting daintily. Like some kind of timid live animal, a baby rabbit. I just want to protect her. Betties! Hello there. Huh? That look again, silently looking down on me, mocking me. Like I've noticed from the first time she's got those big eyes and the big nose and such a cute voice. This girl's like an idol. Oh, and now that I look more closely, her figure isn't bad either. Any falsehoods in these flashbacks? No, nothing! You were oogling every one of the crunchy rolls and getting extremely excited. And that's not all. Regarding each of the three, you stated she could be my girlfriend. Yes, I do remember doing that. The fact that you lost your memories has made your true nature all more clear. You may hide it, but you're a girl-obsessed pervert. And what's more, you fall for girls quickly and indiscriminately. Far from being faithful and devoted. But we're kissing when it comes to romance. I'm very earnest. I mean, please believe me. Yeah, I don't believe you at all, the culprit. What does it say? Crunch wants to tell me snapped and tried to kill you because you cheated on her. Betties! Wait! Killing someone because of infidelity. That's a grudge killing, right? She tried to kill me out of built-up resentment. But I don't think it was hatred that drove the culprit. They tried to kill me and make it look like a suicide, right? They went out of their way to buy a tin and charcoal kit, and so the whole thing must have been carefully planned out. I get a sense of deliberateness from the culprit, but not a sense of hatred. All right, I get what you're saying. When you think of grudge killings, you do tend to think of people being stabbed with a knife or beat with a blunt weapon or stuff like that. But someone who thinks a little more, someone in whom intend to kill and compose their coexistence, would never go for stabbing or beating someone to death. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, they would never choose the murder method that will let people take one look at the scene and go, that was a murder. The police investigation begins when the body was found by analyzing the cause of death and the murder weapon. They could build a profile of the culprit. After that, though, security cameras footage and witnesses interviews, they could easily find their way to the culprit. The police in this country are excellent at what they do. So a smart killer kills the target in a way that wouldn't make it look like an ominous murder. They'll make it look like an attempt or illness or suicide. Anyways, we don't know whether or not the culprit was your girlfriend, Crunch was to tell me. At the present, we can pin down their motive for trying to kill you either. Maybe it was a grudge, maybe it wasn't. What does seem certain is the way the culprit has personality. Compassionate? How can you possibly say that? They tried to kill me! No, it's the fact that they drugged you with sleeping pills and tried to kill you through carbon monoxide poisoning. That would be a peaceful death with no pain. I guess that's one way of looking at it. I'm glad that it didn't die, though. I'm grateful to whoever discovered me. Yes, I think it's fortunate that you didn't die. The crime was perfect. They drugged you so that you couldn't move, and then they left you alone in a tent filled with carbon monoxide poisoning. There was no blunder there by all accounts. You should have died. And yet you're alive. What should have never have failed anyway. Why is that? Why? Because whoever found me first saved me, right? Yes, of course, there's that, but butts up for kissing! Alright, well, I've talked about everything I remember for the time being. Well, do you believe me now? I reversing judgment still. But you still don't believe me after I've given you this many specifics? Wait here a bit, Jack Atlas. I'm going out. Huh? Where are you going? After the ambulance brought you here, we took blood and urine samples for testing. I glanced over the intel. Quick results. I haven't seen more details analyzed yet. The more detailed analysis should be just about finished by now. I'm going to check the results. Why now? Are my test results that important? Yes, they are. I'll explain why. They're important later. For now, stay in bed and wait. I'm back. Oh, hey. The atmosphere in the hallway is still really something. The Crunchables are sitting on the sofa out there, but they've all got at least 3 feet between them. They aren't saying a word to each other, not even looking at each other, just sitting in silence, reading reference books or messing with their phones. Ooh, it's like one of those intense scenes where my favorite girlfriend and the cheating partners are all in the same place. Yes, it really is. I believe you. Huh? You were drugged to fall asleep and then set up to be killed and look like you killed yourself? I believe that. Whoa, why all of a sudden? If I just saw the results, the analysis, flutrazine and ketamine were detected in your blood and urine. Flynn, what is that? A sleeping drug, narcotic. It dissolves easily in carbonated drinks, and it's mixed with alcohol, and it could cause memory defect. Overseas, it's as famous as a dating rape drug. What you said was right. You were definitely slipped a sleeping pill. I knew it! It must have been slipped into your plastic Coca-Cola bottle you were drinking from, like you guessed. That sort of drugs are colored so that they dye the water blue when dissolved to prevent abuse of them. But thanks to the color of the flavor of the cola, you wouldn't have realized it was there. You just said that the drug I was given caused memory defects. Could the drug be the what caused my amnesia? The possibility is there, but I have yet to hear of a case of generalized amnesia arising from an ingestion of flunitrazine and ketamine. Your own generalized amnesia may be psychotically physiology effect arising from the intense experience of nearly being killed. Until I get the detailed blood analysis, I was only half concerned of what you told me. But with detection of flunitrazine pen and ketamine, the credibility of your own story has shot through the roof. That you were drugged and almost killed and made to look like you killed yourself, it's most likely true. Yes, it is. It's true. So there's one thing left to do. What's that? Report it to the police. Obviously, you're the victim of an attempted murder. And the prospect culprits are sitting in the hallway. We should get the police here immediately. Wait, huh? The police? Yes, the police. Isn't that the obvious next move? But I still don't have all my memories back. If I wait a little longer, I might know who the culprit is. Hey, they don't play. Hey, don't try to play detective. It's not up to you to determine the culprit. That's the police's job. Yeah, you're right. That's completely fair. I can't argue with that. So I'm going to call the police. You just get some sleep. Once the police get here, they'll probably investigate until morning. Stop her! Pennies! Dr. Akiko, wait, you can't. I can't what? You can't call the police. Why not? You're planning to inform the police based on recovered memories and the sleeping medicine detected in my blood, right? Right. That's against the law. What? Doctors aren't allowed to reveal information they learned in a course of treating their patients outside. The only exceptions are cases of infectious disease or drug addictions. And I'm not carrying any infectious disease or addicted to any drugs. Furthermore, doctors have no obligation to report concerning patients that suspect may be involved in a murder case. Where the hell did you find all that? I looked on my phone while you were off checking the test results. And why would you look up that? Well, you're right. If the question is whether I have obligation to make this report, the answer is no. There's no need to report anything outside of the infection disease or drug addictions. I won't suffer any immediate consequences if I don't report this attempted murder you've been involved in. But why are you so against my telling the police? You just can't. Even though you were slipped a sleeping pill and set up to be killed while looking like you committed suicide by a charcoal briquette? Yes. Even though there's an extremely high probability that the culprit is one of the three girls sitting in the hallway? Of course. I don't understand. What are you thinking? Are your circumstances in life such that bringing the police would cause problem for you? Tell me honestly. No, it's nothing that deep. It's just one of the three Crunchwells in the hallway smelled the same as the culprit, and the culprit had a spare key, which I only gave my girlfriend. I verily strongly believe that the Cobra is my girlfriend, the real Crunchyroll Satomi. It may only be circumstantial evidence, but if you call the police, they'll start investigating right away, right? And the Crunchyroll will be arrested. But if we're kissing. If she's going to get arrested, I'd rather she turn herself in. I want her to surrender herself for her own free will. I may not remember who Crunchyroll Satomi is yet, but she was my girlfriend, you know. She was the person I loved, even if I don't remember how much I loved her panties yet. I don't know what motive she had for trying to kill me. But because I love her panties, I want her to turn herself in. To lighten her panties sentence, even the tiniest bit. That's why I don't want you to inform the police. Yeah, you're so sweet. Sweeter than Lugden crystals. But the sweetest isn't bad thing. You may be a girl crazy, perverted, shallow, hasty, easily carried away, and completely undependable, but you do have a certain compassion for others. There are plenty of guys who are just nice, but you don't find a lot of guys who are merciful, even feel pity for the person who tried to kill them. Alright then, our respect for your sweetness, put up making the police report. Dr. Kiko, I knew you would understand. So, what are you going to do now? Right now, I just want to do is talk to each of the Crunchyrolls again, one by one. For what purpose? Like I said before, to figure out which of the real Crunchyrolls and get her panties to turn herself in. The culprit who tried to kill me is my girlfriend, Crunchyroll Satomi. There is no other question in mind. And right now, outside of this room, there are 3 people calling themselves the same name. Identifying the culprit also means identifying the real Crunchyroll Satomi. Now, with 50% of my memories back, I might be able to figure out who it is. I'll identify the killer, the real Crunchyroll, and clear up her motive and persuade her to turn herself in. Alright, it's currently 9 o'clock. The next part you remember will come back at 10. There should be plenty of time to talk to the 3 Crunchyrolls before then. Like before, I'll call in the cheerleader. Alright everyone, here's I'm going to wrap up this video. If y'all like the video, punch that like button in the face like a boss and high fives all around. And if you're new to the channel, if you just joined, you're welcome. Glad you made it here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And always remember that the most important character is you, the reader. Cassandra Maki, out.